Hello and welcome to another Albion Online Dev Talk. Today we're going to continue our look at the roads of Avalon. In the last video, we explained how you can find a gateway to Avalon, how you can travel on the ancient Avalonian roads, and how you can use this as a shortcut between different places in Albion. Now, we'll talk about exploring Avalon beyond the roads themselves, what rewards and activities you can find, and how these activities are ideally suited for solo and small group gameplay. If you take a look at the map in Avalon, you will see that the roads are shaped in a very distinct way in the form of a rune or a symbol. This makes it easier to recognize sections of the roads that you have already visited and means you're less likely to get lost in the ever-shifting network of road sections. You will also notice that there are paths besides the roads themselves. We call this the wilderness of Avalon. When exploring the wilderness, you will come across a variety of different places, from simple forest paths to resource sites to Avalonian camps and to dungeon entrances. The paths make up the majority of the wilderness, and they can be used as shortcuts to avoid possible encounters on the main roads or for exploration. The resource sites are areas in the wilderness in which you'll find a concentration of harvestable resources. There are also elemental spirits guarding these sites, and unlike in the open world, here they appear as veteran and elite versions too. They're much harder to defeat, but they yield significantly more resources than their regular counterparts. If you're lucky, you'll encounter one of the new aspects or guardians at these sites as well, which now exists for Tier 7 and Tier 8. These yield very large amounts of resources and can now be enchanted all the way to enchantment level 3 as well. Resource sites in the Avalonian wilderness are marked on the map, but it is up to you to discover their tier and the strength of the spirits protecting the resources. The next type of location you can find are Avalonian camps. Here, the Avalonians and their constructs have begun to collect artifacts and valuable treasure from the overgrown ruins of Avalon. Players can attempt to take these treasures, but the chests will only open once all Avalonians at the sites have been defeated. These camps exist from Tier 4 to Tier 8 and in versions for solo players, for small groups, and elite versions for groups of about 10 players. Camps are also marked on the map, but you will have to explore them to discover their tier, and you'll have to defeat the treasure's protectors to discover its value. Finally, there are also dungeon entrances in the wilderness of Avalon. These lead to the same solo, group, and elite randomized dungeons as you know from the open world, but the power of Avalon grants you a significant boost to fame and loot. These dungeons are significantly more rare than in the open world, however. As you can see, there's a lot of valuable treasure and fame to be found in the wilderness of Avalon. You just have to find it. Some of it you can claim on your own, but some of it is so valuable and difficult to acquire that you may want to tell your friends or your whole guild about it. Be quick to get there when you do, since the way will soon disappear in the mists. When you've managed to get your hands on something valuable, remember you still have to bring it home safely. Speaking of homes, this concludes today's video. But be sure to tune in for the next time, where we'll talk about how you can build your own hideout in Avalon and what it takes to live in a constantly shifting labyrinth of ancient gateways and paths.